gal, the orange lady, Ashlea Hitchcock Francis. This is still the Squeeze Podcast, Slice Edition. Okay. I have experience in the tech, nonprofit, public sectors. I've made mistakes so you don't have to, but let's get right to it. Every week we host, my husband and I, a pizza night. And he makes amazing New York City pizza. Whoever, it's an open door policy. All of our friends and friends of friends, come on over. And we have great conversations. And so I've sat back, over the last few weeks and really thought about some of the topics that come up and how fascinating it is to have so many, brilliant minds in your living room chatting about things. And so we're going to do these little slices. So here's today's slice. You thought, wait, let me not tell you. Let me tell the story, because it's probably way funnier if I do it that way. I hope you laugh at some point. Oh, okay. All right, let me set the scene. I have been working at this point, I don't know, 9 months, 11 months with my dear friend Jeremy. And we are working on this project for the state of North Carolina, blah, blah, blah. Jeremy's kind of a big deal. He is the first director of an Office of Digital Equity in the nation that was established by the North Carolina governor. So kind of a big deal. Jeremy is brilliant. Yes, that is multiple syllables because that's how brilliant he is. He does have a law school degree. He has a law degree from UNC. He would probably want me to make sure I say go Heels. He is a double Tar Heel. And, okay, I think I've given you how, brilliant he is, right? So we are working together on this project. We also have a third colleague, Kaya. Shout out to Kaya. And Kaya and I had worked on her resume. She knew that the Squeeze, I do things like that. And she was like, hey, will you take a look at my resume? Of course I will. So we did that, several months before, had gone through the whole process. And if you have ever worked with me on your resume, it is not just you send me your resume and then I shoot it back to you done. We do this together because it's the educator. It's hey, I want you to understand how to do this the rest of your career because you're most likely going to need a resume the rest of your life. Okay, rest of your career, maybe. So it's something that I think it's important for you to understand how to frame your story on paper, on the screen now, really, not paper anymore. So, Kaya, we've done that. Her resume is sparkly, beautiful, amazing. Yes, amazing. Yes, and, Kaya also has a graduate degree from North Carolina Central. We have the same master's degree, actually. She has a master's in public administration. So, yeah, she is young, but already has her 2 degrees. So, you understand. These 2 people are brilliant, right? You do understand. Kaya is much younger, though. Jeremy is my peer. We are the same age-ish. And Jeremy and Kaya one day were talking. I was not around. And Jeremy was like, yeah, I need to get my resumes together, blah, 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 whatever. And Kaya goes, oh, has Ashlea seen your resume? And he was like, no. What? What do you mean? Has Ashlea seen my resume? And she goes, so Ashlea hasn't seen your resume? No. What? He's like, I think it looks pretty good. I put it together. It's nice. I'm a professional. I know what I'm doing. kind of like this whole kind of dialogue. Kaya said, she said, if Ashley hasn't seen it, you thought you had a resume. And Jeremy was, I think it's fair to say, offended. Like, what do you mean, Kaya? I'm not some, 25-year-old. No offense. 25-year-olds are amazing. Your brains are fully formed. But, yeah, he's like, I know what I'm doing. I've been around. I've gotten jobs. Like, come on. And she goes, okay. You might want to send it to Ashley. I think that really to capture this, I'm going to have both of them come on the pod, because what happened after that, when Jeremy sent me his resume, was not pretty. There were egos that were pierced and deflated and then built back up, because now Jeremy has a resume. But even a really brilliant, smart, professional that has a lot of experience, resume did not tell that brilliant story. And so it takes somebody sometimes externally to look at it and help you actually showcase what you're doing. Have you ever worked on something and it's so much easier for someone else to just be like, let me look at this. And they tell you, they're like, okay, I think you need to do these 3 things. And you're like, wow, that would have taken me 2 days to kind of sit there and wrap my head around it. But that was so much easier. It's like you always know what somebody else needs to do, but you can never figure out what you need to do. Kind of the same thing with your resume. It is always good to get an external, outside perspective. So if you think you have a resume, I'm just, in the words of Kaya, you thought you had a resume. You know where to find me. Okay, now you've got the juice. Time to put it to use. Thanks for tuning into The Slice.